Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When the universe conspires, planets align.
Scotland invites you, our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
A homecoming to celebrate all that we are. Countless events, parties near and far.
We welcome the world to come and to share, so you too can say, yes, I was there.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rona Simpson, welcoming you to the International Hockey Centre in Glasgow. It's day 5 of the Women's Champions Challenge 1, exclusively brought to you on FIH TV. So it's an early start this morning here in Glasgow. We have an exciting day of hockey ahead of us. Some great teams on display in this tournament in Glasgow. There has been some fantastic, entertaining hockey to date. And I'm quite sure, as we can see on the screen here, Korea versus Scotland, the host nation, the first featured game this morning. Not too far away from starting, will also entertain us. So I'm delighted to welcome Lee Cousins, past president of Scottish Hockey, into the commentary box with me this morning. And I'll come back to you in a second. Lee, I'll just run through some of the results and how these teams got to the quarter-final. So we can see quarter-final 1, Ireland defeated Korea. Probably an unexpected defeat there for Korea. However, that is what happens in the game of hockey. So Ireland progressed to the semi-finals. Quarter-final 3, Belgium 2, Spain on the running penalties. Then Scotland played South Africa, and it was a 2-1 defeat, unfortunately, for the home side. And the final US-India game, USA just edging out India 1-0. So that's how the teams have progressed to the semi-finals. They're just putting their final preparations in place as they are just about to walk and take to the field for this first match of today's programme. So we can see the fixtures ahead of us in today's semi-finals. Class 1, Korea versus Scotland, followed by Belgium versus India. Then in semi-final 1, Ireland versus South Africa, followed by Spain versus the United States. So here we go for the first game of today's women's programme. Both teams just walking out. And Lee, if I come to you now, what do you think we can expect from today's match?
Well, I think we should get quite an exciting game. It was interesting, obviously, the previous day was the quarterfinals, and I would suggest that all 8 teams were pretty edgy and pretty nervous, and we saw that. Scotland giving away an early goal, for instance, in the first 40 seconds. Missed traps. Korea, for instance, their basic skills were not as high as they had previously. So I think they'll be slightly more relaxed. There's pride to play for and some world ranking points, but I think we'll get a much more free-flowing game today.
Absolutely. So we can hear the players' names and the starting orders being read out. There'll be a few nerves out there this morning. Both teams will want to put in another solid performance. As we said, Korea probably an unexpected early start for them this morning here in Glasgow. They would certainly have hoped to be in these semi-finals, as would Scotland. But that is how the teams lie at the moment, and I'm quite sure both sides will be looking to entertain the crowd, which is filling up here this morning for such an early start. People having been involved in the tournament over the last week or so, listening in to the coverage as well, and the solid performances and entertaining performances that Scotland have put in have encouraged people to get out their bed early this morning. So the Scotland players enjoying their introductions to the crowd this morning, and we would love to hear your thoughts, and you can give us those thoughts by tweeting us at FIH_hockey, #CC1. So please don't be shy. Let us know your thoughts. There has been some entertaining comments as the week has progressed, so please keep those coming thick and fast. Over the next couple of days, there's going to be some excellent players, talent on display, and we would love to hear your thoughts. So, not long to go until the start of this game, and we're just getting the final players. And it is a special day for one of the Scotland players, Katrina Ralph, who will be earning her 150th cap for Scotland. A fantastic achievement, a great milestone. And here we can see Katrina is coming forward to receive a small presentation from Gordon Shepherd, the Scotland coach, and Susie Elms, the Scotland manager. And a fantastic achievement. I can remember when Katrina started her career. It doesn't seem that long ago, so great milestone for her today, and she will be certainly hoping that this will be a game to remember for all the right reasons, Lee.
Yeah, it's a tremendous achievement to get to 150 caps. And 150 senior caps, one must remember. Unlike some other countries, Scotland only counts senior caps in this total, whereas we see some of the teams here put in their junior caps as well.
So now just awaiting the national anthems.
Be early doors on a Saturday, but join in if you know the words. It's now the national anthem of Scotland.
It's always a very proud moment for any player standing out there listening to their national anthem, and we could see the concentration and focus on the Scottish players' faces, singing along, final thoughts running through their minds about what they need to do in this game, and also it was nice to see the coaching team joining in with a bit of the singing there as well. So we run through the starting lineups for you. Starting for Korea this morning: Ho Jung Han, Mai Young Park, Jong Young Kim, Daria Kim, So Chung, Yang Young Cho, Ok Jung Kim, Sun Soon Ho, Kai Jun Park, So Jai Chang, Young Sil Lee. So a few changes in the Korean lineup this morning by their coach Jin So Han, and it'll be interesting to see how they start. And the Scotland lineup will start with Vicky Bunce, Ali Bell, Rebecca Ward, Katrina Ralph, who we just saw earning her 150th cap in this morning's match, Linda Clement, the captain, Ailsa Wiley, Lee Fawcett, Nikki Kidd, Emily Maguire, Aileen Davis, and in goal for Scotland this morning, Amy Gibson. And they will be led again through the game by their coach, Gordon Shepherd. So we can see how these teams have progressed to this stage in the tournament. Korea winning against India 4-2. They then lost against Belgium 2-1. They drew with Scotland 2-2 in an exciting match, and they lost that crucial encounter against Ireland 2-1. And Scotland's route to this match, they lost 2-1 in their opener to Belgium. They then thumped India 4-0. Exciting draw, as we said earlier, against Korea, and then unfortunately defeated by South Africa 2-1. So the game is now underway. It will be quite an interesting couple of minutes in this opening period, Lee.
Yeah, I suspect Scotland to start very brightly here, as they already have. It's interesting to see a really significant change in the opening lineup for Korea.
Certainly is a few changes, and I think obviously, as we said earlier, they'll obviously be very disappointed to find themselves in this position. So maybe the coach is just taking the opportunity to give some other players a chance, see how they perform. And as I say, there's yeah, they obviously want to finish in the best position they can in the tournament, but in their respect, they would have hoped certainly to be in the top four. So maybe it is a chance for them to try out and see how other players can cope.
Yeah, I think this is now preparation for them, isn't it, for going to the World Cup in The Hague. So I think we can expect maybe to see them run a fairly extensive bench and give some of their players that don't have as much, normally as much pitch time, the opportunity. And here they are on the break. Absolutely,
an early chance, and it's a great save and scramble by Amy Gibson. But the rebound falls, and Aileen Davis just lifts it into the Korean player, so that is deemed dangerous, and Scotland concede an early penalty corner. We can just see it here on the replay.
Yeah, simple thing. Really good shot save here by Amy. Ball drops out, and you'll see Aileen Davis trying to scrabble this away, and then she just gets underneath it and lifts it straight into the Korean player. So we have our first short corner of the game.
And it'll be interesting to see how Korea line up for this. It will all be unfolded in a few seconds. Well, a great start to the game, a great opening period for Korea. They go ahead 1-0 with a well-executed short corner on this occasion, Lee.
Yes, they have been throughout this tournament just going for the simple drag flick to either high or low to the corner. And it's Soncho, and she's going to go right and low and in the corner. No post player, so a good opportunity, well converted.
Yeah, we can see it here again, just well placed between the keeper and that post player, and Korea take an early lead, so it's really going to be a challenge, testing times now for Scotland, and they want to find their way back into the game as soon as they can. So the ball back in the Korean half, just patiently setting it up. They'll be quite happy just to settle through these next couple of minutes, having taken that early lead they'll be quite comfortable just to settle themselves into the game. And Mickey Van's just missed trapping at that, so that allows Korea to break once again. High up into the Scotland half, and Katrina Ralph earning her 150th cap to date. Stuck deep right on the corner flag, but she manages to work it out. But it's not easy in those tight spaces. Korea win it back, but Scotland survive that early onslaught, and will be able to bring the ball out through a 16 through Becky Ward, who looks to take it quickly. Emily Maguire doing well just to ease herself out of a tight situation, and Scotland now with an opportunity to counter-attack, but the aerial ball just a little bit too strong for Linda Clements, so Korea back in possession deep in their own half. Both teams putting on quite a heavy press in these initial stages, Lee, trying to force the other team into mistakes.
Yes, and I think this is going to be the pattern of the play. I suspect both midfields here are going to have to do a lot of work. The Koreans will be particularly happy that they managed to convert that short corner. In their last game, they only converted 2 of 12 opportunities, and it's not been their strength. They've won a lot, but they haven't converted many, so they've been very pleased to get the first one away.
Absolutely, and I'm quite sure, as we both know, these set pieces, penalty corners in particular, can turn the game, and that'll be certainly something that they'll probably go away and really focus on, as you say, going into these last remaining weeks of preparation before the World Cup.
Yeah, the conversion rate throughout this tournament has not been high, you know. Less than 40% of the goals have come from corners, which is unusual. I think there's a modern feature of the game here where defences against short corners have improved, so you need to do a lot more work in your preparation.
So here come Korea again. This Park, who's been a busy forward for them. She's looked pretty dangerous, one of the leading goal scorers of the tournament, and she certainly can and knows where the net is. So they will look for her to be on form this morning and possibly take more advantage of any mistakes in the Scotland circle. Yeah,
they always look to have slightly more of a cutting edge when she's on the park. She's very quick, very decisive. Not only in her own approaches to the circle, but she's very good at laying it off. That final pass inside the 23 is one of her strengths.
So Korea now just allowing Scotland to work the ball round the back, just being patient, keeping it tight in the midfield. Just letting the ball go back and forth. It's now with Emily Maguire, though, who looks with a great ball forward, a great lead, and Scotland a great opportunity and have levelled the scoring. That all started with a brilliant ball forward from Emily Maguire. A great baseline lead out to the space. I think it was Sarah Robertson created the lead. Little dummy, Korean player, goalkeeper had to clear it, Lee, but cleared it straight to Ailsa Wiley with a deadly finish, as you can see.
Yep, and that was interesting there. The Koreans played 1-on-1 at the back, 3-on-3. So when that long ball got through, it was 1 versus 1 right across the park, and the opportunity came off the rebound.
So what a start to this game. It is all level again at 1-1. A fantastic attacking move there by Scotland. A great lead out along the baseline by Sarah Robertson. Emily Maguire thumped the ball forward, and Scotland players ready to pounce in the circle, and Ailsa Wiley levels the scoring back in this game. So it's Korea 1, Scotland 1, and we have still plenty time remaining. So if the start's anything to go by, Lee, it's going to be end-to-end stuff, I think. Yeah,
I think it is. And I think what we talked about earlier is that the lack of tension, because there is, it's not this crucial crossover day. This is the last of the Champions Challenges, so this is for pride. There's no relegation involved. So I think both coaches have probably turned out their sides with a very positive attitude.
Yeah, absolutely, and both teams obviously preparing for future tournaments. Korea looking forward to the World Cup, and obviously Scotland will be back at this very venue in a few weeks' time, obviously competing in the Commonwealth Games, and that is a real high-profile tournament for them, and this is another great quality match for them, obviously, to prepare for that.
Yeah, and it's come at the right time for them, of course, in terms of they've just got into full-time training and program. And so this will set them up. All the video work and analysis from these games allows the coaches to have a really sensible preparation through the rest, all the way through to the games now.
So the ball back with Lee Fawcett just inside Scotland's defending area, and again looking for that long ball forward, but this time the Koreans a little bit wiser. King Park there just stepping forward to intercept that, and that may be a feature of what Scotland are looking to do, try that long ball, create a bit of space through the midfield and then hit Korea hard. Yeah,
it looks that way, doesn't it, from the start, that they've gone three up front against 3 Koreans, and they're going to hope to win the one-on-one battles up there. And we could see a bit of elimination of the midfield, either by the overhead ball or by the long one through, particularly down the flanks, I would suggest.
So here come Korea again, breaking this time down the left-hand side, and their captain trying to make inroads into the Scotland circle, but Nikos Graskin battling hard. One of the young players for Scotland, and she certainly will gain a huge amount of experience out of this tournament, Lee.
Yes, I think her and for instance, Sarah Robertson, who relative newcomers, if you have a look, this is all good experience. And it's not just the physical experience, it's the mental experience, isn't it?
Absolutely. So Korea breaking this time down the right. It is started the game at a high tempo from both sides. Both teams looking to get forward and attack. And comes Park again, trying to create that opportunity, and still with Korea, smashes it into the circle, but it's deemed dangerous, so Scotland have time just to settle themselves, bring the ball out the back, and it will be Katrina Ralph over to Susan McGilvery to restart this phase of play. We can see here Korea now just sitting off their front 3 forwards, just in a line and just over the halfway, what we call just half-court press. But as soon as that ball goes into the midfield, they are swarming the Scotland players, and with the intention of winning it back, which they do, but they turn it over cheaply again, and Scotland now through Nikki Kidd. Chance to play forward, but that's an obvious tactic that Korea looking to play, just sitting off a little bit and then pouncing as soon as that ball goes into the midfield.
Yeah, they've adjusted very well, haven't they? Pulling back to half court, 3 front line, 4 across midfield, 3 at the back, trying to stop that long ball that Scotland were using.
So Young-Sil Lee for Korea. She has been an influential player, a nice little dummy there by Park, who was hoping that our high forward was on the same wavelength, but not quite, so it allows Scotland to break back, this time down the right-hand side. They've turned over the ball. Nicola Lloyd just couldn't quite keep possession there, so Korea start to rebuild out the back. And it's pretty open in these early stages. Some nice skills. And we see a lot of these little skills now, Lee, in the game. Little dinks over, little 3D skills, the ball in the air, which makes it really difficult to defend.
Yeah, and you have to defend 2 things, of course. You have to find the ball, and you also, very often than not, have to defend your own feet as well.
So things still remain 1-1 after a frantic start to this game. Korea converting their first penalty corner of the match to take them into the lead. But Scotland were straight back at them with a great attacking move, and they managed to level the scoring. So as it sits at the moment, Korea 1, Scotland 1 in these early stages. Linda Clement, Scotland captain, has taken a knock, and a nasty one to the mouth. She knows she's straight off the pitch. Quick replacement. But hopefully Linda will be okay and be able to rejoin the match in the later stages.
And I think this is getting interesting here, Rona. Effectively, this is both sides trying to play 3 forwards against 3 defenders at both ends. So it will be that end-to-end game that you were forecasting.
Absolutely, and it's always great for the spectator. It makes it exciting. We have had some fantastic, exciting hockey so far in this tournament. It has been end-to-end at the start of this game, and we would love to hear your thoughts, so please tweet us at FIH_hockey, hashtag CC1. You can see it on the screen. Please get in touch. It's been an interesting start to this half, so let's hear your thoughts on it too. So here comes Scotland again, but a loose ball there by Ali Bell allows the Koreans to step in and intercept. They can't quite take advantage, but they do have a free hit just outside the Scotland 22, looking to play it into the circle. But Becky Merchant, who has been solid in the Scotland defence, again just clearing the line. So Nikki Kidd breaking down the right hand side. And Scotland now is trying to gain a bit of ground. Say Korea stepping off, but they're doing very well. So they're forcing the Scotland players into mistakes and then picking up the loose ball in the midfield. So Lee breaking forward again on that right hand side. Susan McGilvery steps in to intercept, and quite end to end at the moment, Lee. Both teams getting forced into errors.
Yeah, Gordon Shefford, the Scottish coach, is having kittens down here with the lack of ball pace that is coming from Scotland, and therefore allowing these Korean forwards to mark early and get that sort of turnover, which almost happened there again.
So both teams just going through a little period of turning the ball over. Both coaches will certainly be wanting their players to tighten up in that aspect, and it's Vicky Bunce at the moment trying to create something for Scotland, but it's gone all the way back, all the way across to the far side to Lee Fawcett, and now there might be a bit of space. A good pick up and turn by Ali Bell, and Scotland attack the Korean circle round that right hand side, earn themselves a long corner, which Nikki Kidd will take. Very, very tight, a lot of numbers, but she looks to hit that ball in. It breaks to Vicky Bunce, and scrambling around, still with Scotland. It's a free hit. Nikki Kidd looks to take it quickly, but a little bit fortunate there to find Katrina Ralph, the Korean forward, not expecting that to possibly come back, and just took her eye off the ball. Scotland working hard at the moment just to try and find that little bit of a gap to get the ball forward, but the Korean defence standing firm at the moment. It's Korea 1, Scotland 1 in this opening match of day 5 of the Women's Champions Challenge here in Glasgow. Oh, good ball forward to Vicky Bunce. She is dangerous when she starts to attack, and breaks into the Korean circle, but the free hit awarded just outside. The ball must come back to the dotted line 5 yards out, and it must travel 5 yards before entering the circle. So we can see that's why it comes all the way back. It cannot go directly in. The teams have to think up some ideas, have some set moves for those free hit situations. So Scotland now really applying the pressure deep in the Korean half, and they have it back with Nikki Kidd. He has a good ball into the circle, but none of the Scotland forwards ready for that one on that occasion, and it allows Korea just to clear their lines, and Scotland have to start rebuilding all the way from the back. So the game's settled down a little bit, Lee, now. Still stands at 1-1, but any thoughts?
Well, I think what we're seeing now is that both teams have adjusted to that pattern of play where they were using 3-on-3 at the front. Both trying, I think, to stop this long ball through. Scotland have moved the ball to the right half stepping up, but then actually used the long diagonal ball inside of that to good effect, but Korea have now adjusted to that as well. It's amazing, isn't it, now with the television replays and the iPads and everything that they use, how quickly they can adjust patterns of play.
It is, absolutely, and it's one thing that obviously the coaches and the assistant coaches will be looking at right from the start of the game, and as you say, Lee, then making the adjustments necessary to counteract what the opposition are doing. So here come Korea again. They're having to work hard just to get any quality possession. Scotland doing very well to keep them at bay at the moment. Oh, Korea now start to build out the back. We can hear the Korean coach issuing instructions urging the players forward, giving them some direction. And it's a good ball forward to the Korean number 12, Dari Kim, who can't capitalise on it on this occasion, but it was a good ball forward. So Becky Merchant, who has been solid in the Scotland defence throughout this tournament, gets the game restarted. And again, Scotland looking for that long ball. It was successful for them in those opening 5 minutes. It did give them that opportunity to level the scoring. But it is something that the Koreans have switched on to at the back, Lee, and not been quite successful over the last few minutes.
Yeah, they pulled that midfield four back much closer to their back three, which cuts out, gives them more opportunity to see the long ball coming through. It's quite interesting to, as you said, that the Korean coach is being quite voluble. At the beginning of this tournament, he hardly spoke a word, but as the tournament's gone on, he's got more and more. He's got more and more voluble as the tournament's gone on.
He certainly has, and he will want to finish this tournament on a high. There is absolutely no doubt about that, as obviously Gordon Shepherd would as well. So even although both teams will be disappointed not to reach the top four, but here we go. Ailsa Wiley again breaking into that Korean circle, but a good tackle there. Stops her in her tracks on this occasion. But as I said, both teams will really want a positive end to this tournament to give them confidence into that last preparation stage. Korea for the World Cup, Scotland for the Commonwealth Games. So that'll be on the minds of both coaches, Lee.
Yes, it will, and that was interesting there, that by pulling back Korea, when the long ball came, it was obviously supplied from much further up, so the long ball was already in the Korean half before it came through.
So here come Korea again, trying to link those little 1-2s up. They didn't quite make it on that occasion, but the coach liked it. He's clapping down on the sideline. He wants to see a bit more of that, but it's Scotland now breaking on the right-hand side. Morag McClellan trying to find a pass forward. She gets the support there from Emma Maguire, who again looks to play that forward. It's a free hit, however, to Korea, just outside their own circle. So Scotland pressing at the moment, trying to force Korea to make mistakes at the back and turn over the ball high up the pitch. But they don't quite manage to do that at this occasion. And Korea with a free hit situation. So play continuing here. An early morning start at Glasgow Green. Korea and Scotland deadlocked, but here's an opportunity for Korea into the circle on the left-hand side. A reverse stick shot, followed up the rebound, still live, and Scotland defence scrambling there. A great save initially by Amy Gibson in goal, and I think it was Aileen Davis who actually got a deflection to knock the ball off the line, but Korea still attacking that Scotland circle, and they earn themselves another penalty corner. That was just a little bit soft there. Becky Merchant just getting caught too upright and easily found a foot.
Oh, yes, you'll see. Here she comes in, lovely reverse stick shot, good save, and trying to rescue the. Oh, this is the previous thing. This is a good double save here. The second save here too by Amy, who managed to put that away, which came about really because just an unfortunate ricochet off a stick.
So the second penalty corner for Korea, they have converted their first one. Scotland will certainly not want to concede a second goal here. So it's still alive in and around there, and Korea earn themselves a second penalty corner. It will be a retake. Park there just finding the foot of the Scotland defender. But on that occasion, Lee, we can see she didn't quite connect with the first shot, but they were sensible enough and thought, we'll just have another corner and try again.
Yes, they were disappointed with that, weren't they? I don't think the injection was as quick as they were looking for. The trap was just a bit clumsy, with the end result that the shot was easily picked up by the second runner out from Scotland. We'll see if they have any variation. They've always been using the straight top from the top. And there it is again.
Again, in comes the straight strike, but it's a pretty routine save for Amy Gibson in goal. But it clears the danger, and Scotland now counter-attacking, and they do have pace. It's Ali Bell working the right, Nicola Lloyd sprinting to get into circle to support. Can Scotland capitalise on this counter-attack? They win themselves a long corner, but Lee, you can see the replay of the corner here.
Yep, and this is really quite a routine save for the goalkeeper, right at her on the chest. She didn't even have to move. So that, again, I think would be another...
Here comes Scotland up the other end. Sorry to interrupt, Lee. It's end-to-end stuff at the moment. A great turn and shot there from Ali Bell. The Korean keeper brought into the action there, and we can just see it here on the replay. The spins between the two players. It's a great shot and save, and Korea survive the Scotland onslaught. So it's still deadlock. It is 1-1 at the moment, but both teams have chances. Here comes Park for Korea. She is a busy little forward, and she's working hard on that left-hand side, trying to get into the circle. She's back in possession, and she's got some lovely, she's got a great layoff and shot coming in, but it goes high over the baseline, and Scotland can breathe a sigh of relief there. I think it was number 32 for Korea, who had a great opportunity and shot, but it was Park again, Lee, that created all those, that's a chance for her.
Yes, it just is amazing how many of their good opportunities come from when she's on the ball. She really has very good vision.
So we're approaching the final 10 minutes of this half, and I'm delighted to see that I can see Linda Clements back on the pitch, the Scotland captain. So she's none the worse from that earlier facial knock she took, and she will certainly be working hard to get Scotland back into this game. So Park yet again, good tussle with Katrina Ralph, who has earned her 150th cap this morning for Scotland, a great milestone for her, and she'll be hoping to have good memories of this game. So Korea once again breaking forward. The number 23, she's been instrumental, and you get a great chance and shot, but a great block by Katrina Ralph. This clears the lines there for Scotland. Here they come again. Linda Clements this time back on the ball. She's up on her feet, so Scotland working hard just to try and slow down the Korean attack. It's some great skills. They like to smash the ball into the circle, but it goes to the near post. A lot of the time there, the coach will be urging the players to cross the ball into the far post area to give themselves an opportunity to deflect it, but just a bit narrow on that occasion, so no threat to the Scotland goal. So Vicky Morag-McClellan now picking up the ball for Scotland, and Scotland just settling into playing the ball around the back. The crucial stages of this game now, Lee. No team would want to really concede going into the half-time.
Absolutely, and it's interesting that, again, both teams have adjusted. The game has shortened up particularly now, and so we're playing the game virtually between the two 23-metre lines.
Yeah, and we can see the subs being rolled. Scotland finding another long ball forward. Ali Benz onto Vicky Bunce. Looks to feed that ball up to Linda Clements, but just not quite got the angle, and Korea now allowed to break. Young Sing again starting the build-out play for Korea. Coaches issuing instructions, forcing their players keep that high intensity, keep that workload, and Sarah Robertson trying to get close to the Korean defenders, trying to force them into mistakes. But you can also see as latter stages of this tournament, It's hard work for these players, but it's a great counter-attack for Korea. Number 8 getting a chance to work the ball into the circle. It's loose, they're on their knees, scrambling in defence. Katrina Ralph, last-ditch defending there for Scotland, but it's gone for a long corner for Korea. But that was a nice attacking move there from Korea Lee.
Yes, that was interesting. They left the impact right up in the circle for the whole of that, waited, and she just stood there and waited for them to be able to get the long ball from the midfield again, rather than from the back.
So Scotland now under pressure, but Korea have turned it over, and Nicola Skraskin has space to break forward, trying to connect with Ali Bell, but Korean player just steps in to intercept, and back it comes this time down the Scotland right-hand side. But Linda Clement gets enough on it just to break that play down. But, it is a little bit scrappy at the moment. Both teams turning the ball over. Korea breaking down the right-hand side again, this time through their captain, Jong-Yoon Kim. She's trying to make inroads into that Scotland defence, and Korea have a free hit just inside Scotland 23. So we have just over 6 minutes remaining. The teams are deadlocked at the moment. Korea took an early lead, but Scotland equalised minutes later to get themselves back into the game. So both teams at the moment, it's 1-1 in this encounter between Korea and Scotland. So Susan McGilvery under pressure at the back from the Koreans. You can just see, looking up, not too many options on there for the first time, and an easy turnover for Korea.
Yes, not a lot of movement in front of her, and that's interesting as we get into the last 5 minutes of the game, as whether Scotland midfield have the energy to keep creating space for themselves.
Now here they come at the moment. Vicky Bunce, great ball forward again. Good lead by Ilsa Wiley. Here's to turn and get support from Ali Bell. She doesn't quite connect, but now Korea breaking back. And this is where they can be very dangerous, but a poor ball forced forward there by Kao Young Chung, number 27. So Scotland regain possession, and again looking for that long ball forward, but a great take of the aerial ball. But young Sarah Robertson regaining possession, and it's end-to-end stuff at the moment. Scotland breaking an opportunity. They're in the Korean circle, just looking for support right on the baseline. As Scotland break again, the keeper makes a great save from Nicola Skraskin, and Vicky Bunch picking up the ball in midfield. It is end-to-end at the moment, and a great opportunity for Scotland. There's a great lead, a great forward ball again. Ilsa Wiley all the way along the baseline. She was looking for support, someone on the penalty spot, but it didn't quite come for her on that occasion. But Scotland will be pleased that they're creating chances late on in this first half, still putting the pressure on the Korean back line. But Korea have it at the moment. That useful aerial ball just to clear the pressure, but Becky Merchant mops it up at the back for Scotland, and Vicky Bunch trying to start rebuilding the play. Scotland have a free hit just inside the Korean half. Becky Ward steps forward and gets the game underway again with just 3.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Scotland break again. Some good quality possession they're enjoying at the moment. It's Nikki Kidd who's battling for the ball. It's a deadlock, both players stuck with the ball in the middle. What will the umpire decide? But out it comes, and Korea get the best of that one. So it's all square at the moment. Scotland 1, Korea 1. So it's been an entertaining game so far, Lee. We're into the final 3 minutes. Do we think anyone could capitalise at this late stage?
Well, I think it will be. It'll be just a little error, you know, just that little bit of loss of basic skill as you enter the last 5 minutes. both sides midfield have worked particularly hard to nullify each other, and it'd be really interesting in the second half where they've still got the same energy levels.
So here it comes, it breaks for Scotland. Ailsa Wiley again, great turn, but the Koreans defending very well there to stop any Scotland shot. But it only comes as far as Nikki Kidd. Here comes Scotland again. It's Emily Maguire this time. Out it goes to Katrina Ralph. Wide again to Vicky Bunce, and looking to get that ball forward. She does so, but again, Ailsa Wiley battling, and it breaks to Emily Maguire, but the umpire thinks that was a little foot, and actually there's a Korean player down, so the game is stopped. The umpires stop the clock with just under 2 minutes remaining. It is the number 19, Sung Soon Ho, who took a knock there, and we can also see Linda Clements in the picture there. She took a nasty facial injury early on, but as I'm being told, it's a chipped tooth that Linda has, so she's a tough cookie. She will be back fighting for everything in this game for her team. Lida, captain of Scotland, and an influential player for them. So here it is, it's with Morag McClelland, out to Katrina Ralph. Korea piling on the pressure, hitting numbers round the ball card, trying to force Scotland into mistakes. Gordon Shepherd just applauds the efforts of his players. He knows how tired they'll be feeling at this phase of the game, and a crucial phase. Driving them forward, but it's with Korea. Free hit outside the Scotland circle, look to take it quickly, and they do have an opportunity. It's Park again, dribbling round that baseline, a great ball across, and a fantastic chance, but her first touch just let her down there, and it gave Amy Gibson a chance to get across and smother that save. You can see it here on the replay.
Absolutely, this is what we spoke about here, just towards the end of the half. This is a really golden opportunity, great save. And then unfortunately, as you can see, Lee Fawcett coming through the back of the player, and that's resulted in a short corner here for Korea.
So 30 seconds remaining, the clock counting down. Scotland will be very disappointed if they concede at this penalty corner. So what can Korea produce? The scorelines 1-1 at the moment, but a penalty corner for Korea in these final few seconds of the first half. So a change of angle for the Koreans, out to the second stick stop, but didn't quite possibly get enough on the drag flick, and Amy Gibson just doing enough, can see here, to get across to stop that.
Switch from where they take the stick stop, although it was the same first strike. Seo Chon again, and another good save. You'll see the Scottish keeper go down to her left here and get a hand on it. She'll be very pleased that that went past the post.
Yeah, but I think they'll breathe a sigh of relief. They will be delighted that it remains Korea 1, Scotland 1 at half-time in this exciting match. Both coaches will be running things through their mind. What do they need to change? What do they need to tighten up at half-time? They'll be giving their thoughts to the players as they go into the change room. And we can see on the screen the half-time score, Korea 1, Scotland 1. And we'll be back in a few minutes to pick up the coverage of the second half, but we would love to hear your thoughts as well, and you can tweet us at FIH_hockey, #CC1. So please, let us hear your thoughts, and we will be back in a few minutes to restart the coverage of the second half.
The buzz is just unbelievable just now. It's back in my hometown in Trin, everybody's talking about it, and just hopefully I can be part of that Scotland team, and if I am, it will be a memory I'll never forget.
Since joining Scottish Gymnastics, to compete at the Commonwealth Games, it's going to be my first Commonwealth Games, and no better place to do it than in our home country.
Commonwealth Games are really the only time you get to represent like Scotland on its own, and yeah, it's really special. It's like your own little family really when you're on the team. Go Scotland!
Do you know what? I don't think there'll be anything to beat it. You know, I competed at the London Olympics and that was really special, but Glasgow I think will just be something else. Go Scotland!
It's very important, Ken, to have the backing of the community, your country and that. I'd like folk to get behind you and enjoy what you're doing and appreciate what you do, Ken. That's what I hard work's for. Go Team Scotland!
I think it's really important that people back Team Scotland. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for everyone to come together and support the team.
There's obviously going to be a great buzz around the city, and we're really looking forward to having the spectators come out and see netball. Netball's not one of the most profile sports that we've got here, so we're really looking forward to seeing how we can really engage with the spectators and show what netball's all about. Go Scotland!
Oh, the support will be huge. If everyone turns up, it's going to be a great atmosphere. There's nothing better than playing on a badminton court with the whole crowd screaming behind you. It's a really great feeling, and I really hope to experience it.
Being from Glasgow myself, nothing more that you want to do in your career. Homegrown, in your city, all your friends, family can all come and watch. There's nothing really more you want. Go Scotland!
Being in judo, it's an individual sport, but when you're in that fight and if you're down the score, if you just need that extra lift. With Glasgow 2014 coming up and the massive Scottish team that we're going to have in Glasgow, it feels like a family. Go Scotland!
It's a huge honour and it's a pinnacle of anyone's career. I was fortunate enough to play back in Melbourne a few years ago now, where the whole experience was incredible. I'm sure that Glasgow can look to emulate that.
The atmosphere in Delhi was great, even when we're halfway across the world. So to imagine what it's going to be like in Glasgow when we're in front of a home crowd, it's going to be twice as good. Go Scotland!
This will be my first games and it'll be a home game, so for me it's, as much as it's a cliche, it will be a dream come true, and just to have that support and to have my family and friends support me at home games, it means everything to me. Go Scotland!
Every country has its moment. It's time to shine.
When the universe conspires, planets align.
Scotland invites you, our stage is set.
For one brilliant year we'll never forget.
A homecoming to celebrate all that we are. Countless events, parties near and far.
We welcome the world to come and to share, so you too can say, yes, I was there.
So welcome back to the International Hockey Centre here at Glasgow Green. It has been an entertaining first half to the match, Korea versus Scotland. The scores are all tied at 1-1 at the moment. Korea opened the scoring in the first 2 minutes through a well-executed penalty corner, but Scotland gave them no time to rest on that, and a fantastic attacking move started by Emily Maguire, finished off by Ailsa Wiley, brought Scotland straight back into the game. So it's all square here at Glasgow Green this morning. Korea won, Scotland won, and we can just take a short look at how those goals were scored. See the Korean penalty corner here. A good injection, good trap, and drag flick option. Just played right down the corner. It gave Amy Gibson, the Scotland goalkeeper, no chance. You can see here, just between the goalkeeper and the post player, Aileen Davis on this occasion, and a difficult one to defend. Is it the keepers? Is it the post players? And unfortunately on that occasion, both players missed it, and that allowed Korea to take the lead. But we see Scotland's goal, great ball forward. The Korean keeper had to take that touch, and Ailsa Wiley following up. Absolutely deadly. Morag McClelland was waiting if it fell to the far post, but Ailsa Wiley didn't need her support on that occasion. We can see it here from this reverse angle. Keeper had to touch it as Morag was coming in at far side, which allowed it to fall to Ailsa Wiley. And a great, accurate finish, smacking the ball into that bottom corner. So it has been an entertaining first half. The coaches, the players in the changing rooms at the moment, that's why the sticks and helmets are lying about. They will just be left on the pitch. The players not allowed to take their equipment in with them in case they doctor anything at half-time. Lee, I'm quite sure players would never dream of doing that, but they must leave their equipment on the touchline at the half-time.
Yes, they have to do that. And it's quite interesting there, you saw both of those goals, and that was in a phase of the game which was very open, when they're really playing three forwards against three defenders. But later on in the game, and particularly towards the second half, it was very noticeable how often, for instance, when Scotland broke, Korea already had 7 players in the circle defending, and the Scottish midfield has also done a lot of work. So a very open phase of the game, the actual game very closed up. What I think will be interesting in the second half, because both players have put a lot of energy into tightening the defence, whether they still have that energy to keep going for another 35 minutes.
Yep, time will tell. So the players and the final thoughts of the coaches in the changing rooms, and you can see with fixtures, it's a great day for the hockey fans at the moment. Korea versus Scotland, half-time, 1 apiece. That'll be followed by Belgium versus India in semi-final 1. Ireland will take on South Africa, and the final match in semi-final 2, Spain versus USA. So lots of hockey to watch this afternoon. The half-time score here in the first and opening game of the women's programme today, it is Korea 1, Scotland 1. And the players just emerging from the changing rooms now. They will have a very clear game plan for this second half. The coaches will have gone through a number of things at half-time, and it will be interesting to see, Lee, if there's any tactical changes made at the start of this second half.
Yes, I think it'll be interesting to see, because we saw, roughly speaking, about 3 phases of the game in the first half. That very open long ball game which both sides used, both of them then switching to half court to close that long ball out, and eventually finishing, in fact, playing very tight. So the game finished up being played between the two 23s. So really interesting to see, as is a feature of the modern game, you don't see teams play one way for 35 minutes. But what I think was fascinating was almost as quickly as one side adjusted its formation, the other was there within moments. And you have to suspect a lot of work by the assistant coaches for that purpose.
Absolutely. So we see the Scotland players in the huddle. There will be final words, final thoughts, motivating themselves. Gordon Shepherd looks relatively relaxed at the moment. It'll be interesting to see if he remains in that state in this second half. But Scotland players take their places at the start of this second half. Koreans is coming out of their huddle now, and umpire starts to signal the game, and it will be Park from Korea who gets the second half underway. So Scotland versus Korea in this early morning match. If you've just joined us, it is 1-1. It has been an entertaining first half, and we are quite sure the second half will not disappoint us either. So Korea straight up the pitch, attacking the Scotland circle. They will be hoping for a similar start to the first half, Lee.
Yes, they will indeed. Well, I think we should give a little credit here to these two umpires, the Dutch and German umpire, and it's been very well done. We talk about the coaches getting volatile. We haven't seen anything about the umpires, which has been most unusual this weekend.
Well, it is a great credit to them. That's what should happen. We say the umpires should really be invisible, but that's easier said than done. We know how quick the game is, how difficult it is to always see just exactly what's going on, but so far so good. Both very experienced umpires as well, though, Lee.
Oh, yes.
So Scotland just working the ball up the left-hand side now. Halfway into the Korean half. Susan McGilvery hits the ball all the way into the circle. It hits off the far post, the Korean goal, and that's a little bit unexpected. I think all the players thought it was just going to go off the baseline, so Korea now having to work hard to get that ball out of their defending third. So they managed to do that, and they win themselves a free hit. So defenders just stepping forward, looking at our options, assessing where the space is, and over it goes to the far side. And Scotland starting this second half, trying to press the Korean defenders and force them into some mistakes, Lee.
Yeah, this is almost the same pattern as we saw in the first half, with both sets of forwards actually playing quite high. Cut off in the midfield there.
Yeah, here come Korea again. Number 23, Young Sil Lee, has been a big player for them in the midfield. She's their playmaker, and they will certainly look to her to create opportunities for the Korean team in the second half.
Interesting decision there by Soo Yang, the Korean goalkeeper, whether she needed to touch that. She couldn't have been too sure whether the Scottish forward actually got a piece of that.
Absolutely, that's how quickly the ball can move in the game, so concentration is absolutely vital. You cannot switch off for a split second. And Ali Bell trying to just steal the ball off the Korean number 13, but Korean stick tackle on that occasion, so Korea start to rebuild. Ball out the back, Scotland players pressing the defenders, trying to force them into a mistake. But it's Korea who's still in possession, throwing the ball forward. Aileen Davis steps forward to intercept for Scotland, and now she's an opportunity to break down the right-hand side. She's earned Scotland a free hit and also a green card. The first green card of the game goes to the Korean number 12, Dari Kim, so she is going to have to take 2 minutes in the sin bin, so we call it. The green card in the modern game now is an automatic 2 minutes suspension, and certainly made the game a bit more interesting, Lee.
Yes, indeed. A little bit of indiscipline there, a little push on the back as she ran down, but she already had her tight on the byline. You wonder why she needed to do that.
So can Scotland capitalise in these next 2 minutes on the numerical advantage? It is wide on the left-hand side with Morag McClelland. She's got a bit of space ahead of her. But the Korean just closing down the opportunities. It's now all the way on the opposite side. The Lee Fawcett is looking to knock the ball forward. Alison Bell gets a little touch, and she's working around that right-hand side, but it's back with Sarah Robertson. Koreans scrambling to clear the defence. Scotland have a free hit, and again Sarah Robertson working very hard to try and create an opportunity for Scotland, but such a tight area. It is with Korea at the moment, just throwing the ball forward, but the number of players round about the ball finding it very difficult to create anything. So Aileen Davis now gets the ball out to space, and Scotland have a bit of time to wing the ball forward. Lee Fawcett just trying to first time the ball down the line, but unfortunately no connection there with the Scotland forward, so it's back with Korea. Sideline ball with their own 23, looking for that aerial, and the ball bounces all the way up the pitch. Susan McGilvery for Scotland just stepping forward onto the ball. The Koreans sitting back, waiting to get their full complement back on the pitch, so they're quite happy for Scotland to have the ball and work it back. And as we say that, here she is, she's back in the fray, so it's all square again, certainly on the scoreboard as it is numbers wise on the pitch. So Korea starting to build the ball out the back, Scotland pressing the players at the back, trying to force them into mistakes, which we're very close to doing so. Korea need to be careful here, just they don't get caught out, and Gordon Shepherd willing the players to get the pressure on, but they have won it back, and Scotland now break through. Nikos Grasson attacking that right hand side into the circle. Just doesn't quite get the connection she's looking for that final pass, but great pressing by Scotland there, Lee.
Yeah, they've been pressing 3 high now with the 4 up quite tight behind them. Again, another variation which we didn't see in the first half.
So Scotland free hit just outside the Korean circle. 5 metres away. Vicky Bunce this time. Her chance to try, and she's in the circle and reverse stick shot. It breaks for Linda Clement. It just was bobbling around. It didn't quite get through to Linda, and Koreans are happy just to clear their line. So it's a long corner. Scotland can see here on the replay, Lee.
Yeah, Vicky Bunce comes in, and I'm not sure. Linda Clement, I think, will be a little bit upset with herself that she didn't get more of a connection there, although it was bobbling. But these opportunities are rare, you've got to take them.
Yeah, absolutely, and we know how crucial they can be in the game, but not on that occasion for Scotland. So Korea start to work the ball back out the back. Scotland working really hard up front, pressing hard, and really trying to capitalise on this period in the game, but they've got to be careful as well that if they're pressing so hard, they don't leave space up the other end of the pitch. If Korea can break and get that ball up the pitch. But Scotland have won it back. Here comes Sarah Robertson again. An opportunity to drive to the circle. She gets support from Nikki Kidd on that left-hand side. He looks to spin, and she does get round the Korean player. Gets the ball across, but couldn't quite reach Linda Clement, and it is fast and furious at the moment. Scotland with the best of the pressure. They're certainly putting Korean defenders under a lot of pressure, and certainly to the test at the moment, Lee.
Yes, they are, and there was an opportunity there where Scotland had 3 rebounders around the keeper, but Korean defenders were all in front and picked it off.
So the ball breaks this time. The umpire signals for a Korean free hit. We can see the Korean defenders puts her hand up to her players, just says, look, let's calm things down a little bit here. Let's just think about what we're doing, and they certainly have the ability to turn and work the ball out, as they do yet again through their number 23, Young Sing Lee. And it's back with Scotland and Ali Bell on the right-hand side at the moment. It is being played at a fast and furious pace at the moment. It will be interesting to see in the later stages, will the players be able to maintain this intensity? And Emily Maguire just not backing off the 5 metres that she should at the free hit, and she is now going to take a 2-minute rest. So Scotland this time down to 10 players. An opportunity now for Korea to turn the screw, Lee.
Yes, and if you think about the second half, this could be a momentum change, because up to now, really, they have made very few opportunities. In fact, they have rarely been in the Scotland 23 this half.
Absolutely, and that's a credit to the pressure that Scotland have put on. They have been working extremely hard, but now they need to weather this next couple of minutes. Just keep possession, slow the game down possibly, and allow themselves to get back to full strength. But it is Scotland that are on the attack. Aileen Davis trying to work that right-hand side, but now Korea break back. And this is where they can be very dangerous, playing to space. Lovely ball right out to the right-hand side. Chow just picking up. Now she's attacking that Scotland circle, but Katrina Ralph solid at the back. It's a great early ball out to Ailsa Wiley, who is charging through the Korean midfield, and the whistle goes strongly again. We're going to see another card, and this time it might not be yeah, a green. The umpire has had enough. She just actually is working out which Korean player it was that did the infringement, and we've managed to establish that now. So Korea down to 10 players as well. It has the number 4 for Korea, Kim, who now has 5 minutes, a minimum of 5 minutes for a yellow card. So certainly an interesting period of the game, Lee.
Yes, and this should taste, again, the defence of the Korea. But you have to give them great credit for their one-on-one defensive skills. Scotland have had a lot of pressure, and yet they've never yet managed to create a short corner in this game.
Absolutely, and we know the Koreans are very comfortable on the ball. They do have some great individual skills, as you say, but a little mistake there on the baseline allows Scotland to have another attack. Long corner, but Nikki Kidd can't make anything out of on that occasion, and Korea just breaking back. So both teams down to 10 players at the moment. Can either of them capitalise? Scotland will have the advantage in a second or two. Emily Maguire steps back off the seat. And Scotland taking the ball forward, but don't have any outcome on that occasion. And Scotland back to their full complement now, so can they capitalise on the numerical advantage? Korea still have player off the pitch, so they are battling hard with 10 at the moment. But the teams are deadlocked. 1-1 apiece, 2 early goals in the first half. An ill-executed penalty corner from Korea in the first 2 minutes saw them take the lead. Scotland equalised very quickly, and here's a chance for Scotland. Vicky Bunce just trying to drive the ball into the circle, but a strong Korean tackle. But here comes Scotland again. Trina Ralph on the overlap finds Scotland. Oh, and a fantastic opportunity. A great ball in there from Moran McClelland, and falls to Linda Clement, just deflects over the bar. We'll see it here again on the replay, Lee.
Yep. Beautiful cross in here. This is not a shot from outside the circle. She's just looking for that ball in front. Finds Linda Clement. And once again, poor for Linda. Ball in the air, which she doesn't manage to convert.
So we can see there, it obviously, put the Korean goalkeeper off. She's just asked the umpire to stop the game for her to readjust her kit, which is obviously allowed because it is the goalkeeper, and then obviously the clock has to stop, the game has to stop. But it also gives both teams an opportunity to regather their thoughts. You can see the Scotland players around Gordon Shepherd, and an opportunity for him just to get a couple of words to his players.
Yeah, it's quite a contrast there. All the Scottish players immediately to their coach, the Korean players just in their own huddle.
So, action is restarted, and here comes Scotland again. Vicky Bunce trying to make inroads. The Koreans holding firm at the moment. They are still down to 10 players. Nicky Merchant trying to play that ball forward. It is lifted, so it will go for a Korean free hit. But it's certainly been an entertaining second half so far. Scotland definitely having more pressure, Lee, and we've seen in earlier games that a number of teams have created a lot of pressure, haven't taken their chances, and it's come back to haunt them.
Indeed. I don't know how many times we have to say this old adage, you just must score when you're winning, and that's been the case here too.
Absolutely, and a rare Korean attack there, but it does break for them again in the midfield. They will look to build, and out it goes wide to the right hand side. It's a one-on-one race, but Vicky Bunce quick enough to react and get back, regain possession for Scotland. So Scotland now just forced back a little bit deeper into their own half as Korea bring the ball forward. A good ball forward into the midfield, and it's in the Scotland circle. It's floating around, it's loose at the moment. A great turn, and oh, a fantastic finish. You have to say a world-class finish there, and funnily enough, it's number 10, Park, leading goal scorer. That puts her up there, out on her own now as the top goal scorer of this tournament. And you can see from the replay, fantastic skill.
Really good skills here, one-on-one. Puts the keeper down, takes it round, and then has the composure to find that narrow angle.
Absolutely.
She probably is one of the class, and you can see it again here. Lovely spin to start. Very composed as she goes around the keeper. Knows exactly what she's doing. Probably done it a million times before in her life.
Yeah, it was a great finish, and probably against the run of play, but as we've said on many occasions, you only need one opportunity, and we've seen it in this tournament already teams have been attacking, couldn't quite get the opening, and then the opposition break back. And Korea now leads Scotland 2-1 in this entertaining opening goal game of today's women's programme. It is Korea 2, Scotland 1. But I'm quite sure with over 19 minutes remaining, Lee, we're still going to see some more goalmouth action.
I'm sure we are, and it'll be down to whether Scotland, who put a lot of work in midfield in terms of this pressure, particularly in the second half when they've been harrying down every ball, whether they can continue that as you say, for the remaining 19 minutes.
So Scotland with a sideline ball. Lee Fawcett just stepping forward, get the game started again, and quite sure it'll have just knocked Scotland's players' confidence a little bit there, and unexpected. They've been doing so well, they had created a lot of pressure, and then they'll be disappointed to have conceded that goal.
Yes, I think it's an example here. There are not too many natural goal scorers, I don't think, in this tournament, and they fell foul to one of them.
And here we go again, Korea breaking in. They have the overload, they have the numbers. It finds the foot of Susan McGilvery. It popped up. It has hit her in the face, I think, as well. But it did, I think, come off her own foot. So, unfortunately, it is a penalty corner to Korea. We can see it here again. Scotland just caught a little bit in the counter. See it, the Korean player plays it onto the foot and it pops up and unfortunately hits Susan. But it is a penalty corner, and this could be a timely moment for Korea. If they could slot this away, then Scotland really do have an uphill struggle. Oh, a little bit fortunate, possibly. Again, the drag flick option, Lee. But Amy Gibson smothers it, gets her stick tangled to the Korean forward, so the umpire does award a retake for the penalty corner, and Scotland just need to stand tall, stand firm. They would have a real battle on their hands if they concede at this stage. So, what can Korea produce this time? Well, that's the first time we've seen them go high, and it wasn't too far away, but Scotland survive and look to counter-attack quickly. Nicholas Kraskin trying to get the ball forward, but Korea scrambling back, and they regain possession. And they'll be quite comfortable just to keep the ball. And we can see Lee, just the rebound here.
Yep. And we're almost at the place. There's So-Chon again, and that's a really nice save. But if you're
and here comes, a great opportunity for number 3, and it is number 3 for Korea. A very similar finish to their last goal. It is, however, a different scorer. It is their number 12, Dari Kim, on this occasion. And that is a real blow for Scotland. Good turn, good pick-up. Susan McGilvery's eased off the ball. Amy Gibson comes sliding out, and really an easy finish eventually for the Korean, but great skill. Sees the keeper coming, round the keeper as she did on the park the previous occasion, and Scotland now really have an uphill battle.
Yes, I think they'd be very disappointed considering how much of the first half that they had to give away these two opportunities. Interesting that both goals were scored with virtually the same move.
So what can Scotland produce now in the remaining 16.5 minutes of this match? They have had opportunities, they have created opportunities, but they are now trailing Korea 3-1, and it is going to be a tough closing to this game that they will certainly keep battling on. But Korea certainly with the advantage now. And here they come again through. Chow, 27, just gets the game restarted. We have seen some lovely attacking play from Korea in this tournament. They haven't quite capitalised on all their opportunities to date, but today, unfortunately for Scotland, they have found their way to the back of the net, and they lead Scotland 3-1. Oh, Nicholas Graskin is trying to create something for Scotland, but it's all the way back with Becky Merchant. Out wide on the right to Lee Fawcett. He's battling hard with Chow. Finds Nikki Kidd, and a clumsy tackle there from the Korean. She gets away with it. Another one. So umpire allows play on. Nikki Kidd then battling into the circle. Has a shot on the reverse stick, but doesn't quite connect with the ball. She does connect, however, with the Korean stick, so that will be a hit out to Korea, and they just settle themselves down. We're into the remaining final 15 minutes of this match. Korea lead Scotland 3-1. 2 quick open field play goals from Korea. See them with a comfortable advantage at the moment, but given away cheaply there, and Nikki Kidd allowed a great ball forward, and great opportunity for Scotland. Sarah Robertson diving in, looking to deflect it, but the Korean keeper reads it well and just slides out to smother the deflection. And it'll be interesting to see it. It's going to be a big ask now, Lee, for Scotland to lift their game in the remaining minutes of this half.
Yes, and of course, as they press forward, they're going to allow themselves opportunities. But here's this beautiful opportunity for Nikki Kidd. Lovely deflection by Sarah Robertson. Keeper came out well to smother that, though.
She certainly did, and that keeps the score lines as it is. Korea 3, Scotland 1 at the moment. So Scotland have a free hit just inside the Korean half. Nikki Kidd looks to aerial the ball right over. A great ball. Ali Bell now an opportunity to run the baseline. It comes back to Nikki Lloyd. It hits a Korean player's foot on the way to goal. So umpire quite rightly awards the penalty corner. And now really Lee, Scotland have to make and take this opportunity to get back into the game. Well, they do. I think this is an obvious opportunity. Interesting enough, as we talked about, this is the first short corner that Scotland have won this game. Generally speaking, the standard Korean defending has been very good, but she had no opportunity there, did she, as the ball was swept straight onto her foot. So what can Scotland produce with this penalty corner? Crucial for them at this stage in the match. No time for Katrina Ralph to get a shot on target. It's still alive. The umpire allows play on. Nikki Ali Bell trying to work her way in, but solid Korean defence, and now a very quick free hit. Korea looking to counter-attack. The players scrambling back. They are attacking hard and fast down that right-hand side. Across it comes. A great touch there by the Korean forward. I think it was Chow, number 27. It deflects off the Scotland post. So Scotland survive another Korean attack. The umpire blows for an infringement. We can see it here on the replay. Great work. A lovely little deflection. It was Chow, number 27, and Scotland fortunate there, Lee, not to concede another goal.
Yes, that would have been the end of this game had that gone on. But a lovely little touch.
So it is end-to-end stuff at the moment. The game really opening up. Korea looking to play on the counter-attack. Scotland having to push forward. They trail Korea 3-1. And it is end-to-end stuff. So we're in for an entertaining end to this match. Korea in possession at the moment, and they have the advantage, the 2-goal lead advantage. Vicky Bunce, strong tackle, wins Scotland a free hit just inside the Korean half. Nikki Merchant steps forward, looking for options. She finds it through Aileen Davis. With Korea working very hard to defend, forcing Scotland to go all the way back to Katrina Ralph. The ball just going back and forth at the moment. And cheap turnover there from Scotland, allows Korea to pick it up. Here comes Park again, who's certainly full of confidence after putting Korea 2 goals up to 1 against Scotland. And she has certainly been a key player for Korea and probably one of the most exciting forwards in the tournament, Lee.
Yes, and she has this beautiful ability, doesn't she, not only to play in midfield with that vision, but given the opportunity inside the circle as she demonstrated, she's sharp there too.
So we are in the final 10 minutes of this opening match today in day 5 of the Women's Champions Challenge here at the International Hockey Centre in Glasgow. It is Korea with a 3-1 advantage over Scotland. It has, however, been end-to-end stuff, and I'm quite sure there will be some more goalmouth action before this game finishes. So, Korea working hard, and I think Ailsa Wiley is going to earn herself a little bit of a rest. A stick tackle, a little bit clumsy. Korean player just going to the sideline, didn't really need to, and it's a yellow card, so that is a big blow for Scotland. 5 minutes she will be out of action. So Scotland now not only trailing Korea 3-1, but a player down as well. So here come Korea again into the Scotland circle. It's a long corner on this occasion. So pretty comfortable now for Korea as it stands at the moment. 3 goals to 1, the better, and a player to their advantage, Lee.
Yes, I think this will all be about ball retention now. They don't need to take any chances. They can build it slowly, take as long as they like. So Korea, no, change of plan. Players unsure whose free hit it is, but it has been signalled. It is going to be a Scotland sideline, so Becky Merchant steps forward now to get the game underway. But Korea really pressing. They know they have that numerical advantage. They gain the quick free hit. Park thought about taking it, but just thought I'll just step forward into the circle, and allows her back line to step forward. And Scotland now deep in their own half defending. They have 1 player down, so it allows Korea that little bit more space, and they come now forward through number 4 Kim, who rattles the ball into the Scotland circle, but over the baseline it goes, so it will be a sideline long corner for Korea. Scotland do, however, regain possession. Vicky Bunce and Ali Bell winking, and they're still working hard to get the ball forward. A great 1-2, and Vicky Bunce now with space tries to hit an early cross into Korean circle, but just runs out of steam, and it's an easy pick up for the Korean defender. But they are now deep in their own defending third. Seeing now some of the great skills from Korea, they look a lot more relaxedly, obviously comfortable in the game, but we haven't always seen it from them in the tournament. They just look a lot more comfortable on the ball. No, this is starting to look like the Korean side that we probably thought we were going to see when the tournament started. You know, haven't had a lot of ball in this half, had 2 opportunities, converted them both. So Scotland just half-courting at the moment. I say they are a player down, so it's difficult to get any pressure on, but Korea will be quite happy just to keep the ball, play the ball round the back. A great ball forward, looking for that long ball into the circle for Chow, but she couldn't pick it up, so Scotland will have possession again. It will be a hit out. Becky Merchant just deciding which ball to use. Yes. That rolls one away, and Scotland having to roll the subs. I think a knock there to Vicky Bunch, so she's getting some treatment on the sideline as Scotland try to rebuild. Can they get a second goal? They will need to score in the next few minutes to give themselves any chance of getting back into this game. They're certainly working hard to do so. Aileen Davis penetrating up that right-hand side, and Scotland do have the ball in the Korean circle. Nicola Lloyd battling hard. She finds a Korean foot, and they have been awarded a penalty corner. So just under 6 minutes remaining, and Scotland really need to capitalise on this lead to get themselves back in the game. Yes, absolutely right. Really well worked short corner, the first one. Came left to the option. Probably of all the teams here, they are more likely to use an option than a straight flick. Although they have on a number of occasions actually gone for the straight hit, which has been unusual.
So, what can Scotland produce? They must score to give themselves any chance to get back into this game. Oh, and they do! Katrina Ralph on her 150th cap. Shot on target, and to be fair, a pretty soft goal goes right through the Koreans' pads, so she'll be disappointed in that, but a good strike. They can just see it and straight through her legs, Lee.
Yep, as that's actually what we spoke about. They're unusual in using this straight hit from the top of the circle, but here it is here. And yes, the Korean goalkeeper absolutely between the top and bottom legs. She won't be happy with that one.
Absolutely not, but it allows Scotland the opportunity to get back into this game. We are into the last 5 minutes. It is Korea 3, Scotland 2. There is plenty time for more goals in this game, and it is going to be end-to-end stuff. Korea have thought they had a free hit, but it breaks for Scotland. The teams are back. Morag McClellan just losing her footing, but does really well to keep the ball. Korea have it at the moment, so it's going to be a nervy couple of minutes for Korea. They were very comfortable in this game a few minutes ago, but Scotland worked really hard, got themselves back into it, earned a short corner. Katrina Ralph converted it, and now a great ball forward. It falls for Scotland. The pressure, they are piling on the pressure. They have earned themselves a free hit, 5 metres out from the circle edge. Morag McClelland assessing what option she's got, trying to work it in, but it is lifted, and Korea player takes a knock. The number 20, Park. She has been in the wars, but she's going to survive, so Scotland have another free hit outside, 5 metres outside the circle. Katrina Ralph steps up, works it to Emily Maguire, but Korea scrambling to clear their lines now. Pressure back on Korea. They conceded that penalty corner to allow Scotland back in the game, but it is end to end, and Korea now breaking hard. Some lovely 2v1s. The game is really open. Scotland players scrambling to get back and defend, and Susan McGilvery now looking to work the ball up the left-hand side, but she lifts it on that occasion. The umpire deems that dangerous, and it allows Korea just time, get their breath back. It's vital, few seconds, and they have a free hit. And in the right-hand side of the Scotland half, they are into the final third of the Scotland half, so can they create another opportunity? Both teams battling hard. Korean player is down. The umpire signals for time to stop. Not quite sure. Looks like an ankle or a twist, or just possibly maybe needing a little rest there, Lee.
Possibly. That's the goal scorer, isn't it, Doreen Kim?
So we are back underway. Scotland have the ball at the back, just working it out. Koreans putting pressure on. Emily Maguire and Nyson Camley distributes out to the far side. Susan McGilvery can't quite keep the ball under control. And we are into the final 2 minutes of this extremely exciting end-to-end match. Korea lead Scotland 3-2. They were 3-1 up. Scotland worked really hard, have got themselves back into the game, so still all to play for in the remaining minute and a half of this match. It is end-to-end. Korea have possession at the moment, and they will be looking just to keep the ball, run the clock down. Back it goes to Scotland. Umpire just asking for it to come all the way back. Becky Merchant spreading the ball wide to Lee Fawcett. Can Scotland get that one last final chance? But it's now with Korea. There is space through the midfield as Scotland are trying to push forward. Kim, the goal scorer, number 3 for Korea. Just lovely, neat skills. Quite happy, Korea, to keep the ball in that pocket. They know time is on their side. They'll be happy for keep possession. It's a very frustrating situation for Scotland when you are trying to get the ball. But Korea quite happy just to keep the ball in that pocket, deep inside Scotland's half, right on the Scotland baseline. Korea have a free hit. We're into the last 30 seconds, and again we can see some great individual skills, but the umpire says I've had enough of that. So Scotland now got an opportunity, and possibly their final opportunity to break forward. Emily Maguire trying to create it. They must get the ball forward. We are into the last seconds, but I think, yep, there is the final hooter, and Scotland just run out of time, Lee. But an entertaining game. Final score: Korea 3, Scotland 2, and both teams creating some fantastic goal-scoring opportunities.
Yes, I think this really was a tale, wasn't it, of taking your opportunities. Korea didn't have as many as the second half, and they took both of them. Unfortunately, the poor Scotland captain, Linda Clement, will rue 2 clear opportunities in front, both of which she put over the bar from bobbling balls, and that's just the crucial difference, isn't it, in these games? Can you take that half chance when it comes to you? And you have to give full credit to Korea. When they had those 2 opportunities, they worked the keeper well and scored neatly on both occasions.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Koreans will obviously be a little bit more satisfied, not only with the overall result, but certainly I think with their performance today. They certainly showed moments of what we would expect from them, and probably over the full pitch, you say, they capitalised, they took their chances, and that is the difference between the teams today. Korea 3, Scotland 2, the final score of the opening match of day 5 of the Ladies Champions Challenge. So the players just exchanging handshakes, wandering off the pitch. There'll be plenty of thoughts, plenty of emotions running through the players' minds at the moment, but Korea certainly the happier of the sides this morning, but could have went either way at stages early.
Yes, and I think in the long run, the Scotland coaching team will take some positive thoughts out of the game. Once again, they've played a top 10 nation. They're very close, and they would be very pleased, I would have thought, with that work rate in the second half, where time and time again they nullified the midfielder Korea, but then obviously touches of concentration at the back, quality of taking the opportunities, and they've come out on the wrong end of the result, unfortunately.
So we can see there the full-time score, Korea 3, Scotland 2. The Koreans opened the scoring very early on in the second minute, and then 2 quick goals in concession in the second half saw them take a 3-1 lead, and Scotland got one back, but it wasn't enough for them this morning. The final score, Korea 3, Scotland 2. And we have down on pitch side Emily Maguire, one of the more experienced Scotland players, and we will hear her thoughts on this morning's match.
Emily Maguire, what do you make of that match?
To be honest, we're gutted. You know, we played Korea earlier on in the week, and it was a really close game there. We drew 2-2 with them, and in that game, as in this game, we were gutted to lose. I think at the end there, we just had so much pressure. We got a couple corners later on, managed to score one of them, which is really good. Maybe earlier in the game we could have got a few more corners and taken our chances that way. I think Korea are just such fantastic opposition. To be able to play them as a Scotland team, we don't get that chance very often. So it was really proud moment to be able to get on the pitch and play that level.
Well, Korea are obviously 9 places above you in the world rankings. Do you think they perhaps were playing to their capacity, which they've been not doing earlier in the competition?
I think every time a team goes out on the pitch, they try and play their best. I think tournament hockey is a little bit of a myth. You want to go out there and do your best every time. When I go on the pitch and when the girls go out on the pitch, we always give our all. And I think Korea are a fantastic team. I think it just goes to show how good we are and the strides that we've made in the last years.
Well, 2 goals for Scotland were pretty good, weren't they? Elsa Wiley and who was it?
Kat Ralph.
Oh yes, Kat Ralph, that's right.
Yeah.
Very appropriate for Kat in 150th cap.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so pleased for Kat. I've played alongside her for a long time, and she's a fantastic player. And both goals were really well taken, but a real team effort. I think it was great commitment from the girls.
Emily, thank you. You're being called to the team.
No worries. Thank you.
So we hear the thoughts there of Emily Maguire down on pitch side, and we can see just Scotland players just huddled round their coach Gordon Shepherd. He'll just be giving them a few words at this moment in time. There'll be nothing too detailed. They will go back obviously to the hotel and look at things in a lot more detail later on, but just a few words of encouragement probably from the players. I think overall he'll be pretty pleased with the performance, although disappointed with the result, Lee.
Yes, I would think so. Once again, they have played a team of higher rank than them right down to the limit. They've done that time and again in this tournament, haven't they? Played within a goal of all the teams here. So what he'll be looking for now is that preparation for the Commonwealth Games. He's got one more game, which I'm sure he's going to be asking for the same amount of effort. I would think he'll be extremely pleased with the physical effort that the players put into that. Maybe a bit disappointed with 1 or 2 of the mental lapses at the end.
So today's coverage of the Korea-Scotland game was brought to you by Scottish Hockey and their events partners, Glasgow Life, Event Scotland, NCS, Ginger Grouse, Hero and the Government of Argentina. And we're extremely grateful for all their support in bringing you this fantastic event live and exclusive on FIH TV. So that concludes the coverage of the opening game this morning. Korea 3, Scotland 2, but we will be back to join you for the second match, Belgium versus India. And I'd just like to thank Lee Cousins for joining me this morning in the commentary box. And we will be back, as I say, in a few minutes' time for the second match in the women's programme this morning. But we can see the final result, Korea 3, Scotland 2 in the opening match of the women's programme this morning. So look forward to joining you again in a few minutes' time. Thank you.
The best of Scotland is right on your doorstep this year. Hundreds of events are taking place across Scotland to celebrate Homecoming 2014. So you won't have to travel far to find them. Homecoming 2014, a year of brilliant moments right on your doorstep.